Main man, made man here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. All right, let's get to it. I was just sitting here thinking, reading a pretty damn good article. Also, might I add, I'll put the link in the description box, and I hope you guys do read it. But I was sitting here thinking, and the article makes perfect freaking sense, man. The welterweight division needs order. The welterweight 147-pound division needs order. And the reason that I say this, ladies and gentlemen, this comes on the heels of Danny Garcia, the WBC champion, calling out Jesse Vargas. I find that funny, if you will. Jesse Vargas. Now, take in mind that fight ain't even possible, I don't even think. Jesse Vargas being a top ranked fighter and Danny Garcia being a Heyman fighter, but whatever. The thing that doesn't make sense to me, we can't get these top champions at welterweight. We can't get a decent fight out of none of these motherfuckers. Thank goodness that we have the Thurman and Porter fight on the horizon, at least I think, because we all know that fight should have went down in March, and now it's been postponed all the way up until June. So let's hope we get Thurman and Porter. But thank goodness for that fight. But outside of that fight, man, the welterweight division has been just bullshitting. It took Sean Porter, a great contender at welterweight, to go down in weight to get a decent fight with Adrian Bronner. That's sickening. Out of the four champions at welterweight, only one guy actually fought another champion for the belt, and that was Kell Brook. Kell Brook is the only champion at welterweight to actually take the title off another champion. Danny Garcia fought for a vacant title. It was Floyd's vacant title that he vacated when he retired. Keith Thurman was the interim champion, and when Floyd retired and got upped and inherited the WBA championship, Floyd Mayweather's former title. And who else we got? Oh, Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas fights for the world title against Timothy Bradley and loses. And then, given that Timothy Bradley wants to fight Manny Pacquiao, he vacates his belt. And his very next fight, Jesse Vargas beats Saddam Ali, whom is not an A-level fighter. They fight for a vacant title, and Jesse Vargas wins. So the only true champion, technically, at welterweight, honestly, is Kell Brook. He actually came and beat a champion, came from his hometown, went into the other fighter's backyard, and beat that man. That's respect right there. So the question needs to be asked, y'all. The welterweight division needs order. Evidently, these guys don't want to fight each other. We see Danny Garcia calling out Jesse Vargas because he feels as though he's a weak champion. We remember the statements of Angel Garcia. Why would he go and fight a guy like Kell Brook or anything like that when he can get a guy like Rod Salka and make just as much money, right? Well, evidently they see Jesse Vargas as a weak champion. And they are looking at the marketability of it, of Mexico, of a Mexican Latin type fight, Latin America fight. I don't know, but Jesse Vargas is Mexican too, if I'm not mistaken, then it's a big Mexican fight. And that's all they're looking at is dollar signs. But fuck that. That does nothing for us, ladies and gentlemen. So what I propose is that, how about all of these champions fight each other? Real talk. I mean, unification. That's what we need at welterweight. I could see Danny Garcia versus Thurman, Vargas versus who else? Vargas versus Brook, or vice versa, Brook versus Thurman, Garcia versus Vargas. However you want to do it, I don't care. If Garcia's going to fight Vargas, then you're going to have to do it in tournament style, bruh. Period. And whoever emerges from these four champions becomes the unified welterweight champion. And then if we're lucky enough, we will get a Mayweather and Pacquiao rematch, right? Given that these two still constantly are sitting on top of the welterweight division. And the winner of that fight goes on to fight the unified champion. And then order will then be restored at the welterweight division, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, fully restored. You know, boxing would be back on the right track again. It will put the sport front and center. These are some pay-per-view worthy fights, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know I'm the main guy who always repeat this, so I know the politics of boxing may not allow some of these fights. But things got to come together, ladies and gentlemen. These are big fights that can be made. These are very profitable fights that can be made. These fights will then determine who is the real champion of the welterweight division. These fights will then determine who is an actual, who is the ruler of the welterweight division, if you will. This is the type of fights that will bring Pacquiao and Mayweather out of retirement if you want to see them out of retirement. It works. It keeps boxing popular. It puts it front and center. Man, the chatter about these fights will be off the scales. I condone it, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to restore order to the welterweight division because the fights that these guys are looking to take are laughable. Got to give Kell Brook, he's now calling out everybody. He's calling out Danny Garcia now. First, he was doing some unrealistic shit, calling out Triple G amongst other fighters, but now he's calling out Danny Garcia. And there is no reason, given that Eddie Hearn and Al Heyman just did business with Charles Martin and Anthony Joshua. There ain't no reason. Hats off to Amir Khan. Amir Khan is out today with an article, and he's saying how Al Heyman, though Al Heyman is his manager, he didn't prevent this big fight with him and Canelo Alvarez. Meaning that, Amir Khan seemingly is in control of his own career. Unlike these robo fighters, I'll have to talk with my management, I'll talk with my team, and, Al Heyman, and see what they want to do. Amir Khan is in control of his career now. And he's basically telling Heyman, look, this is the fight that I want. And I'm going to go get it. And if you want to remain my manager, you will be on board with this. I don't know what kind of slave contracts that Heyman may have got these fighters under, but it seems as if Amir Khan doesn't subscribe to those issues. So I think if Amir Khan can do it, anyone else can do it. And if he can't do it, then shame on you for entering into a fuckboy deal. But Amir Khan did it. He went after the fight that he wanted. He realized Al Heyman works for him, and it's not vice versa. You get me? So these are the fights that I want to see at welterweight. These are the fights that I want to see at welterweight, ladies and gentlemen. I think that just makes sense. And if you guys disagree, put it in the comment section. Let me know why you disagree. Because I don't see a downside to this whatsoever. I'm sick of this pussy shit. I want to see everyone. I want to see the champions fight each other. I want to see a unified champion at welterweight. And if that's too much to ask, then I don't know what else to tell you. To the next video, Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man, Made Man Boxing Forum. Google Plus, Main Man, Made Man. I mean, what am I asking? I'm not asking for anything irrational here, ladies and gentlemen. And if you are a fan of these fighters, you should want to see your guy tested with the next best guy. I mean, we got to get tired of this madness, man. I'm tired of seeing these mismatches. I'm tired of these sanctioning bodies raping boxing for all of these sanction fees. Ladies and gentlemen, the WBA alone has over 40 champions. 40 champions, including all the alphabet titles. That's ridiculous, man. That is fucking ridiculous. I'm sick of it. The sport needs to be cleaned up. Let's see if they take my advice. Until the next video, peace out. Main Man, Made Man here.